Tonight we are looking at Bant. Bant is a 2-cent penny stock which has seen a big sell-off in the past week or so. Looking at the 1 week charts, we can see that we are now down by around 8%, and of course over the past 2 or 3 days the sell-off does look like it actually may be slowing down. Now this could potentially be a good sign looking at how the stock has been moving, as you can see, but the question for this video is what can we anticipate going forwards into the future, and ultimately now with this sell-off kind of slowing down, potentially ending, is now the perfect time to buy Bant. Well, of course, all of that and my opinions are coming up in this video. Do make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and of course do remember it is only my opinion and not financial advice, so please do make sure to do your own research and of course come to your own conclusions. Right, so let's start off by reading a small article from the company's website which talks about what they do. Now of course we have looked at what they do before, but just to remind you, basically Bant is headquartered in Little Falls, NJ, and it consists of 3 separate divisions. So they have distributing of drones and related services, and also environmental services around that. They have construction products and services, and of course through the subsidiary Howco Distributing Co, they actually sell a wide variety of products to primarily the United States Department of Defense. Through Drone to USA, that we basically sell drone programs, which is cool as well, which also consist of drones, training, COAs, waivers, and other drone related services. So we can see that they also provide these to law enforcement, firefighters, security companies, and engineering companies. Their environmental/construction division sells products and services to hospitals, manufacturers, building owners, municipalities, or whatever that word is, I'm very sorry if I read that wrong, universities, and the United States government. So of course a lot of big stuff in there to digest. We can basically understand what the company does from there, and it is a very bright future in my eyes. We can see, looking at where they work with and what they do, they obviously have quite a lot of interesting partners and a lot of interesting places in which they work. I think this is good going forwards into the future. A lot of strength is there for this company in my eyes, and of course this basically just sums up quickly what the company does. So basically Bant's mission is to be the respected leader in their 3 areas of focus. So distribution into government, which is their first one, drone sales, support and training is their second, environmental and construction provider of products and services is their third. So again, this is just a simplified version of what they do and how they intend to do it. So very cool there. We can see a lot of stuff is going for Bant in my eyes. I think it is an interesting company with a bright future potentially. Right, so let's first have a look at how this one has been moving over the past 6 months. Well, of course, this is a penny stock, it's very cheap. We can see it has been trading pretty flat for some time. I would assume that maybe below 1 cent. And then we had this initial spike up, which took us all the way up to 1 cent. Now we have been spiking up and down continuously in that period between the 2 cent range and the 1 cent range, and then we saw this big increase in price all the way up to the 7 cent range, which is quite large for a stock like this. So obviously if you'd have bought this one down here at the 1 cent range, held all the way up until the highs, it's obvious that you'd have made about 600% profit. I think at that moment a lot of people did take profits selling out, subsequently sending the price of the share down. I think that is okay, but now we are down 72%, and obviously that is quite a large amount to be down by. Now, even in the past 5 days, we are still seeing a major sell-off. If we can have a look at the start of the week until now, obviously 5 days ago on the Friday the 12th, apparently, we were falling by a large amount. We went down by around 6% on that day. On the day after that, which was the Monday, this Monday, we can see that we fell by a further 2%. On Tuesday, we went down by an even larger amount at 15%, and actually even yesterday was pretty steep. But again, what we are looking at today is this sell-off kind of slowing down. This becomes a bit more clear again where we do have a look over on the candlestick charts. So again, looking at the candlesticks right now, we can see that basically the candlesticks are getting obviously increasingly less prevalent, which is good, especially when we are looking down to the sell-off side. So of course, looking at the candlesticks alone, we can see that momentum is kind of running out for this action. Obviously, they started off pretty long, and now the sell-off action is decreasing. I think that is a good thing to see. Again, looking at the candlesticks, another interesting thing to note is of course the high wicks of the candlesticks on both sides show a very interesting pattern. Now of course, technical analysis is just one way to look at this stock, but what we can see on the charts here is that basically the wicks to the upside are a lot stronger in the past 2 or 3 days than what they are to the downside. Now what this ultimately means is that more people are looking to buy the stock than are potentially willing to sell it, because obviously it shows that there is more action pushing up to the stock to the upside, but obviously still not enough to bring us to the green for the whole day. So it shows that highs of the day are pretty decent in my opinion. I think going forwards we could be starting to see a little bit of a turn back in this share's price. I think that could be a fantastic thing to see if it does work out. So in my eyes at the moment, it is of course a 2-cent stock. It's relatively cheap, and that is important to note. Obviously, with it being a penny stock, it does have quite a lot of risk around it, and that is also very, very important to note. And of course, when people invest in penny stocks, I think a lot of people are looking to become millionaires overnight, or to become millionaires in general. Guys, I hate to break it to you, I really do, but obviously penny stocks, not all of them are successful, and a lot of penny stocks do actually fail. But in my eyes, Bant, looking at what they do, and especially looking at how the share price has been moving at the moment, is relatively decent in price. And I definitely think we could be in an area right now where we could be seeing the share price pick itself up and hopefully start to go back up very soon. Now again, if this one is going to go back up, I wouldn't anticipate it being by much. I definitely think that we can hit the 3-cent range, which again isn't the steepest, but it is still about a 33.33% increase from where we are right now. And again, if we can reach that range, that would be fantastic. And again, potentially even higher than that, hopefully even up to the 4-cent range, but that is not guaranteed. So Bant now could be an interesting buy. It does look to be flattening out. I think that could be a good sign. We're still waiting to see if this one does pop up in price, or actually does just sit flat for some time and becomes a dead penny stock. Obviously, I would not recommend to buy it at the moment because we just don't know where this one is going. But of course, if you are willing to take that risk very soon into the future, I think the current price isn't too bad, and I would like to see this one start to be in the green as soon as tomorrow, hopefully. But again, if you are looking to buy it maybe in the next week, I wouldn't buy it whilst it is still dipping. I would wait to see if it sits flat, and actually I would wait for a day of confirmation, hopefully to the upside, to see whether this one is actually going to start to move up. Now I know a lot of people are going to say that once it starts to move up it is too late to buy, and absolutely I am with the concept of buying the dip. I think it is a good idea, and if you are looking to buy the dip, I think now could definitely be one of the best times. But obviously there is the other principle of we just don't know how high this one is going to go, or whether it is actually going to go back up. So personally, I would rather lose a small amount of profits to have a bit more of a secure position and know where this stock is going. But again, that is just my opinion. So thank you for joining me for this one. Please do make sure to do your own research, and do bear in mind this is a cheap and risky penny stock. But of course, people do want to see this video. People have been requesting it, so I thought I would give you another quick update. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.